Dzień dobry, assalamu alaikum, ciao, konnichiwa, bonjour, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm sorry about, I'm a little bit late this morning. It's 10:12 and it's Ken at 10. So thanks for joining me yet again for another Ken at 10. I hope you're well. Hope you had a lovely weekend. This is Ken at 10. We talk about all things property. And today, the first headline I've got for you is from the Express, the Mail, the Star, the Telegraph. They're all talking about it, and that is record house prices. House prices yet again have hit a new record with £7,400 on average increase in a single month. And this says that there's a Rightmove data, and it comes from the Tim Bannister guy that we've talked about a lot just recently. The average property price has climbed to a record high for the fourth consecutive month, jumping £7,400 in May, according to Rightmove. The property portal said the average price tag for a new home is now £367,501, and that's up from £360,000 in April. Average asking price have soared by 55,000 in the past 2 years, compared with 6,200 increase in the 2 years before the pandemic. It added the number of buyers contacting estate agencies down 14% on the stamp duty fueled market of this time last year, but it's still up by 31% compared with the norm, as they say, the pre-COVID market. At the same time, and this is the key statistic, the amount of property available to buy is 55% down on 2019. Now, this is something we've been talking about for a while, is that actually if the number of buyers goes down and the level of stock goes down even further, then still we have an imbalance, and markets are all about supply and demand. And that may seem obvious, but actually when it comes to property, nothing seems obvious. It's quite counterintuitive, isn't it? But yeah, so what we're finding at the moment is property is still hugely popular. There aren't enough properties out there. People are desperately searching for their next home, and there's not that much around. Is there a little bit more hesitation in the buyers out there? A little. People are worried. Of course they're worried. They're worried about the fuel bills. They're worried about what's going on in the wider economy. They're worried about monkeypox. They're worried about the pandemic. It's human nature. But they're out there, and they're in numbers, and they're buying. Now, the next article comes from the Daily Mail, and this is floating around Whitehall. No doubt it comes from Govan, his levelling up committee. You know, this idea of Michael Govan levelling up, for me, that doesn't go together. You've got a posh, preppy guy, you know, from private school, and he's telling us all how he's going to level up communities. It doesn't feel right to me. I feel like you should have a northerner there saying this is what we're going to do to level up. But nonetheless, he's there, and what they're talking about now is incentivizing pensioners and landlords to sell up by cutting stamp duty for the elderly looking to downsize and slashing capital gains tax for buy-to-let investors. Well, I see one problem with that. If you incentivize buy-to-let landlords to sell, they may well do it. And we've already got a massive undersupply of property. How does this help? Yes, you're helping one side of the market, but you're forgetting the other side of the equation. If you incentivize landlords to sell, then by the same token, there's less supply of property available to rent, because you haven't got the supply as a government yourself, because it was sold off over the years. And so therefore it's a real problem. The undersupply of property will continue, and that's what will underpin the property market this year. As much as the volumes of transactions we expect to lower, we think that there'll still be a solid market, and it will be underpinned by the fact that we still have significantly more buyers and sellers. And that's why you're seeing headlines like this come through with records, even though the number of buyers is lower than at this time last year, because that supply of property is just not high enough to balance. And that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. Now, apart from that, weather's okay here in SW60. It's kind of grey and overcast. Beautiful weekend. Hope you had a good one. Not so many valuations this week, so we're working on our existing stock, doing some work on our website, improving that for you guys. Looking forward to showing you that once we finish the work. And apart from that, hope you have a fantastic day. Sorry about the technical difficulties today. Back tomorrow with another edition and some more info. Oh, by the way, the website, the podcast, by the way, hit over 1,000 downloads for the first time. So thank you for all of those of you that downloaded the podcast. If you look at the scroll below, you'll find how to get it. Just search Ken Humes Podcast on Spotify or whatever your favorite podcast provider is, and download it. Enjoy it. Apart from that, have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition. Until then, look after yourselves, and if you can, your family and friends. Ciao.